What is up, YouTube? It's your boy The Walk 71, replaced today with a 4, and I am here with my WrestleMania review for you guys. And man, what was the ending? That last pay-per-view match confused me to all hell because of the story that was supposed to be told in that match. They completely said, F that story. We're going to get that story out the window, and we just going to have a WWE 2K18 simulation match. Anyways, we're going to get into that when the time comes, because I have a lot to say, because the story of that match had potential of being good, and the WWE said, no, we're just going to crap all over it. But anyways, let's start with the pre-show, as we had the Andre the Giant Battle Royal match, as we had the Battle Royal, bunch of superstars that didn't make it on the card. I'm not even going to go into detail as to what happened. Matt Hardy won. I'll tell you the final three. It was Baron Corbin, Mojo Rawley, terrible entrance, and Matt Hardy, right? And what had happened was that they was about to eliminate Matt Hardy, and then they did the Bray Wyatt transition. He's supposed to be repackaged, but he's the same person. He's just a face. And what did he do? He helped Matt Hardy win the match, and then they hugged and they did the pose. Matt Hardy has won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So then after that, we got the Cruiserweight Championship match, as we had Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali in the finals for the Cruiserweight Championship. And man, this match was I felt like this should have been more to this match. And that was my thoughts on the Shinsuke and AJ match. Like, the match was good. I just felt like it needed more time. One thing cool though was that Cedric Alexander came out in Black Panther attire, and Mustafa Ali came out with an Iron Man attire. It was actually pretty cool. You know, because I guess the thing is supposed to be, it gives people hope. Superheroes give people hope in movies and all other kind of stuff like that. But anyways, the match was very back and forth from the beginning. We had Cedric Alexander go for a suicide dive at one point. Ali gets control for a lot of the match right after that. He took control after that, and we had got a Spanish fly off the top rope. Ali eventually had hit the 054, but Cedric put his foot on the rope, and then he tried to go for it again, missed it. Cedric Alexander back elbowed Mustafa Ali 3 times. He did it twice, and he told him, don't make me do this, because the whole thing is that this is the heart versus the soul in the Cruiserweight division. So it was kind of like he didn't want to do this to his friend, because like his friend was like, that's his friend, and he was killing him or whatever. And then he ended up hitting the lumbar check, and the match was over. I just felt like this match needed more, if that makes any sense. I really thought that this match needed maybe a few more minutes, but they had to, I guess, rush it for this hellfire of a match. We had the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal match. You know, it was originally the Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal, as it was supposed to be the women equivalents of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And it was going to be that until people did research on Fabulous Moolah, who is like, people regard her as like one of the, I guess, pioneers of women's wrestling. But then they did some research, and she ain't as clean as you thought. Apparently, you know, Fabulous Moolah, I don't know why I keep saying her name, but basically the stuff that she did was that she swindled girls, she swindled women out their money. She would have other people train even though she told them they was going to train. She basically pimped out the girls she was supposed to be training for promotion. She would take all the money and all kind of stuff. She would have women's raped and all kind of other crazy stuff. So a lot of fans complained, and eventually changed it to the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. I would have called it the China Women's Battle Royal, because China is really a revolutionary women's wrestler in WWE. She's an Intercontinental Champion, a Women's Champion. She's the first woman to compete in the Royal Rumble match. It would have been perfect to have China on there. But anyways, they disrespected. Every woman in this match got disrespected, because they gave... Who got an entrance? Somebody had got an entrance. I forgot who it was, honestly. I'm sorry. They got an entrance. Then the rest of the women got... No, Becky Lynch had got an entrance. Then a bunch of other women just came in there, including Naomi and Natalya, who are both former SmackDown Women's Champions. They were champions not too long ago. And then eventually they had a Bayley entrance, and then they went to commercial during the entrance of Sasha Banks, and then the match happened. It was terrible. They had the NXT women. They had their moment where they fought everybody. Bianca Belair had a 450 splash. Kairi Sane even hit her insane elbow, but it was during the commercial break, so you didn't even see it. They had to show the replay. But I'll just get to the end of the match. Everybody, it came down to the final two. it came down to the final two, which was Bayley and Sasha. They've had their whole thing on Raw, and it was, I don't know. I don't know. So Sasha got eliminated by Bayley, and everybody thought Bayley won, but apparently Naomi never was eliminated, and she ended up winning the women's battle royal. So I'm happy for that because Naomi's like one of my favorite women's wrestlers in this match. But anyways, we get to the actual show of WrestleMania. We have Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and The Miz for the IC title. In a triple threat match, and let's talk about some of the interests. Seth Rollins came out as a White Walker from Game of Thrones. I don't watch Game of Thrones, but that's the one thing I remember was the design and the White Walker gimmick. He even had the blue contacts. It was kind of clean. The Miz had like a weird entrance, but it was still raw at the same time. And this is the start of the terrible things WWE was doing with these 3D things they put on the screen. I guess they're testing it. It looked terrible. If you ever hear this, please get that off of there. It's just as bad as the graphics y'all put when somebody cuts a promo on their phone and y'all put words on it. It's just as bad, if not worse. But anyways, Finn Balor had his entrance. He actually came out last. The champion came out in the middle, which you already knew somebody was going to take the L, and it was going to be The Miz. So Finn Balor came out literally. He had a rainbow attire on. He has a rainbow Balor Club shirt, and it's supposed to go towards the it's like one of the I don't even know how to, one of the LGBTQ plus organizations. That's what the shirt goes. This is what the money for the shirt goes to, or the proceeds or whatever. Finn Balor had the entrance surrounded by a lot of LGBTQ members doing his entrance. I was in a wrestling group chat. Everybody thought Finn Balor came out. I don't know what's going on with Finn Balor. He didn't have the demon attire, none of that. But the match was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it for the most part. It was a good opener for WrestleMania. WrestleMania usually is known for having some decent openers. This was really good. Seth Rollins performed well, hit a frog splash from like across the ring. The Miz was cool. Finn Balor was cool, but the ending of this match consisted of Seth Rollins curb stomping Finn Balor after he hit I think it was a coup de grace, and he got that curb stomp when he went for the pin. Then Seth did a stomp like motion and got the crowd hype and hit a curb stomp on the Miz for the victory. Seth Rollins is now a Grand Slam champion along with the rest of his Shield brethrens. He's a Grand Slam champion. That I was actually happy. I had Seth Rollins winning the match because I feel like he needs that title more than anybody, because I feel like Finn should be going to the Universal title, or at least I thought that before they decided to do what they did in the main event for the Universal Championship. But anyways, I digress. It happened. I didn't think it was going to happen. It happened. It was a good match, but just what they did, I get what they're trying to do, but I almost shed a tear for this. So we had Asuka versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and the match was good. The ending was not, but I see the significance of it. But I was sad because if you've been following Asuka since NXT, you knew how much the streak was. By the way, they ended the streak. All streaks die in New Orleans, apparently. So the match started pretty even for a majority. For the beginning, it started even, but then Asuka took advantage. She sent Charlotte to the outside shoulder first, and that actually gave Asuka kind of the advantage because she was working on the shoulder a lot in this match. Charlotte eventually had got the upper hand. She went for a moonsault, but Asuka even countered the moonsault into a triangle choke, working on that arm once again. Then Charlotte had reversed it into a Boston Crab. They both went for like quick roll-up pins. Then Asuka went back on the offense with backhands, kicks. Asuka tried to go for the hip attack, but Charlotte kicked her dead in her head. Asuka then suplexes Charlotte on the outside. That was epic. Charlotte even surprised me. She hit a Spanish fly. I was like, whoa. Then Charlotte went for the natural selection, and Asuka reversed it into a kick somehow. And then she went for this weird submission. I don't even know how that you would describe the submission. It was pretty clean. You have to see it yourself, but it did work the arm once again. Then Charlotte went for the figure eight out of nowhere and won the match. And when I tell you the crowd was like shocked, this is Undertaker levels of shock, because the Asuka streak has been her gimmick. They've mentioned it, and she lost. Everybody thought Asuka was going to win because they're not going to end the streak this quick. I mean, because Asuka has been on the main roster not even a year yet, and they already was carrying the distinction of her having the undefeated streak. And I thought, oh, this can continue her streak. She could take over SmackDown, all this kind of stuff. But I guess Asuka's going to be on Raw, and she's probably going to win the Raw. No, cause Nia is the champion now. I don't know what they're doing. I know with Charlotte, they're trying to make her like her father, the greatest of all time. Her entrance was epic, by the way. She came out like a queen, had gladiator people carry her and all kind of stuff. She came out to her father's theme song, then her theme song. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I see what they're doing with Charlotte, because with Charlotte, she's won every big women's match, whether it be the Hell in a Cell match. She was the first like women's champion when they decided to switch the title. She's been dominant. She's been dominant on SmackDown since Survivor Series. She's beat the Raw Women's Champion in like the champion versus champion match. So she's the dominant, defiant women's champion, all this kind of stuff. So I guess they're trying to make Charlotte the ultimate women's wrestler. And then after that, Asuka congratulated Charlotte and hugged her. And I guess this is supposed to show us, we've always seen Asuka win. We've never seen her lose. What would it have been like to lose? I just felt like we should have waited for her to lose yet. But I guess, if anything, this is the perfect place for her to lose, I guess, would be WrestleMania, than say Extreme Rules or some B-level pay-per-view or something like that. It's whatever, though. So then the next match we ended up getting was the Fatal 4-Way U.S. title matches. We have Bobby Roode versus Rusev versus Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton. This match was as about quick and meh as possible. I'll just save you the troubles. Rusev got the loudest pop and he didn't win. So I'm pretty sure Rusev is leaving WWE, because they put him in this match because he was about to leave the WWE, because they was about to put his ass on the pre-show in the Andre the Giant match. The match was alright, you know. Randy Orton had an RKO fest, you know, because that's all Randy Orton does now. Rusev shined, Bobby Roode shined. But the ending of this match, a lot of people was pissed off, but honestly, let me tell you about this title and the history of this title and why you should not be as mad. So Jinder Mahal ended up winning. He pinned Rusev, and he's the new United States Championship. I popped because I'm a low-key Jinder fan. Like, I was behind Jinder when he was the WWE champion, because I didn't think it was actually going to happen, and it did. And I was like, wow, that was interesting. And low-key, the thing about Jinder's WWE champion, he made y'all care about the WWE Championship more than anything else, because y'all wanted him to drop the title so bad. I haven't seen people actually care for a title. Now, I'm not saying nothing about AJ, but when he was champion, nobody says anything about the title. They know the title's secure. They don't have to worry about it. But y'all really care for something when it comes down to, like, you know, something bad happening, which is crazy. So, like, Jinder being champion, people actually cared about the championship because they wanted to see him get the title off. Like, I could not stop seeing complaints about him being champion, but then nobody coming with the logical reason as to how he can lose it and who can carry the title or whatever. But since the brand split, the title, a lot of titles have not meant anything. The WWE Championship has lost its luster. It used to be the most prestigious title in WWE history. It was made in like the 60s or whatever. The Universal title came. That title was put to shame. A lot of stuff, man. It's a lot of crazy stuff that happened. But WWE is not the only company that has too many titles. New Japan has a lot of titles. A few titles they have are pointless, like the Never Openweight Championship. I just feel like that's just a title to give to somebody because y'all actually cared about other stuff. But I don't know, man. It was interesting, I guess. But no, as for the U.S. title, the history is y'all had Orlando Jordan as the U.S. champion. Y'all better be happy Jinder won. Orlando Jordan was basically JBL's slave. I'm not even trying to be petty, but he really was. He was JBL's bitch, and he got the U.S. title, and y'all sitting there complaining that Jinder, at least Jinder's gimmick is represented well. He's a Indian king. He gets treated like a king. He has servants. He has the pride of India on him. And y'all sitting there complaining that he won the title compared to other people who have won the U.S. title and weren't good at all, like Orlando Jordan. And then what he went on to do in TNA. Like, come on, dog. Come on. Put some respect on Jinder's name. So after that, we ended up getting the mixed tag match, which was actually one of my favorite matches of tonight. And it surprised me. It's probably because my expectations were like ground level low, and they rose that up to the sky. So we had Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. This is Ronda Rousey's first match in the WWE, and I had low expectations for this match because, you know, Ronda Rousey, yeah, she's good. People don't want to admit this, but I'm gonna say it because if I don't say it, who will? You feel me? Basically, Ronda Rousey in UFC, she got lucky. She never, and this is for me when I actually was really into UFC, Ronda Rousey never had the hands in UFC. One of the big things in the UFC is you got to have the hands. Ronda Rousey is a judo champion. She's not even an Olympic gold medal winner. People keep thinking she's an Olympic gold. She won the bronze medal. I'm not taking that away from Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey is an incredible athlete, baddest woman on the planet until Amanda Nunes pulls up or whatever. Or Nunes, whatever. Hold on, who text me? Anyways, like she in UFC, when they had the women's division, she was at the very beginning. And at the very beginning, that's the amateur stage. UFC hired a bunch of women that weren't as good as the women now. I'm pretty sure if you had, what was her name? She was like Ronda Rousey's number one, enemy. I'm trying to remember her name. She just retired. She retired before the women actually was ready to kill motherfuckers. I forgot her name. Miesha Tate. That's her name. Ronda Rousey beat Miesha Tate in like seconds, I believe. She beat a lot of people in seconds. Miesha Tate, all respect to her, but come on now. You had Ronda Rousey beat girls in 30 seconds. There was no game plan, no nothing. So then when they actually got people that could fight, like Holly Holmes, who beat her for the title, and then Amanda Nunes, who made her look like trash, I had low expectations. But Ronda Rousey performed incredible. This match was amazing. So the match started out with Triple H and Kurt Angle. They went at it for a bit. Then eventually when Ronda Rousey got in, she surprised me, bro. She was going crazy on Stephanie McMahon. She had this one, she had a back suplex, but it was the execution of it and the setup for it. She did like these weird twists and transition locks and all this kind of stuff, and then did it. She started punching Stephanie in the ribs, as I can remember, because there was parts of the show where I did take notes, and there was parts of the show where I didn't because it was unnecessary. So she went at it. Then it got lit. Her finisher needs to go. Or I guess it's her signature, but it's like a swinging Samoan drop or whatever. I don't know what it is. After that, it got to a point where WWE just say, you know what, we gonna let our nuts hang. We gonna do whatever. They had Triple H yank Ronda out of the ring and not throw her, but when he yanked her, she went straight to the floor, right? And it was crazy from there. Kurt Angle and Triple H was about to put each other through the table, and then eventually it got to a one-on-one. It was Triple H and Ronda, and I was T. She put Triple H in the corner and started giving them hands. She was going nuts. She was even about to hit her spinning Samoan drop before Stephanie McMahon pulled up and stopped that. Then eventually Triple H and Stephanie started doing stuff, you know what I'm saying? But then eventually Kurt Angle pulled back up, and then he started helping her. There was even a cool spot where Kurt Angle had hit a ankle lock on Triple H, and Ronda Rousey hit the arm bar. She was setting it up on Stephanie McMahon, but then Triple H launched Kurt Angle into Ronda, and Kurt Angle clocked Ronda Rousey like crazy. Then they were both about to hit the pedigrees. Triple H got launched out of the ring. Ronda Rousey reversed it into an arm bar, flung Stephanie's arm back, and Stephanie tapped out instantly. They even sold her. They even had the doctors to attend Stephanie McMahon as if she really broke her arm. Ronda Rousey performed great. She could be a major star in WWE. She really proved me wrong. And I like when I get proven wrong if I know something great can come out of it. That's all I'm saying. But, man, that was incredible. That was one of my favorite matches of the night. So then the next match we ended up getting was a match that kind of disappointed me, but at the same time, it makes sense. All I wrote on my notes is Bludgeon Brothers destroys everybody, which was a majority of this match, probably the whole match itself. We had the New Day versus the Usos versus the Bludgeon Brothers for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. So we're going to talk about the entrances for a minute. The New Day came out with midget pancake people. It's kind of fucked up. I'm not even going to lie. They had midgets or little people dressed as pancakes and threw pancakes to the crowd. I was like, what is this? Come on, dog. Then the Usos came out in the middle. They didn't even come out last. So you already know they was going to take this L. This match was just to give the Usos their WrestleMania moment, which is to be on the main card, because the Usos, even as tag team champions, have always been on the pre-show of Mania. They never had a moment to shine. So now they got their moment with their best characters yet. And then we had the Bludgeon Brothers come out, and they basically destroyed everybody. The majority of the match is them destroying everybody. They powerbombed Xavier Woods into the ring post after Xavier Woods tried to fight them off. And basically the Usos and New Day would get little stuff in every now and then, but the Bludgeon Brothers won, and they are the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. There was nothing really much of it. Now, there was a rumor at first that this was going to be a TLC match. This would have made this more, but I felt like WWE, and this is what I thought they were going to do, but apparently not, because it would have made another match better, which was they were trying to, you know, save time and let other matches happen because this show is really long. I'm exhausted as hell right now. I don't even know how I'm getting through this interview off of nothing. But basically, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, so I guess what I'm trying to say is they're trying to give more matches time, but they kind of screwed themselves because it was one match that really needed more time to be great, which was the I'll get to it. I don't even want to upset you right now. I'll upset you later. So after that, we had John Cena pull up, right? Because earlier in the match, I think this is right after the Asuka and Charlotte match, the referee came up to John Cena because this is the shit that pissed me off. This made me like want to like punch somebody in the face. Vince McMahon. So the whole gimmick was that Cena has called out Undertaker all weeks and he's been saying, Undertaker, face me. So he's called out Undertaker all week. Undertaker has said nothing. Undertaker don't owe Cena nothing. And he's basically trying to get this match over because the whole thing is he's trying to get a WrestleMania match. He didn't win the Royal Rumble. He didn't win the Elimination Chamber. He went to SmackDown. He didn't win the six-pack challenge to face Shinsuke with the WWE Championship. He didn't do none of that. So he just called out the Undertaker because why not? And then eventually he didn't do it. So he said, I'm going to WrestleMania as a fan. And he was sitting in the crowd with the shirt on. And if you're supposed to be a fan, I'm not buying it because you put the camera on Cena almost every match or during the match. If he's a fan, let him be a fan. If we're going to do this to everybody. That means if Cena's supposed to be a fan, he's supposed to sit his ass down. He's not supposed to be able to jump the barricade and run backstage. Because if I tried that shit, I'm getting arrested. I'm getting kicked out of the arena. I'm probably going to be banned from all WWE events. But Cena can do it, even though the whole thing is that he's supposed to be a fan. And even if you're going to let him do that, make it look believable. Like have the security guards be like, "No, Cena, you identify yourself as a fan. You bought the ticket. Sit your ass down." So no, he ran backstage, right? So then after that, Cena came out, you know, all that kind of stuff. He came out and he was basically because the referee told him that Undertaker was in the arena. Like, nigga, what? You're not supposed to say that. So, anyways, Cena comes out and says who it is. The lights darken. Elias comes out. I popped hard because I'm a Elias fan. Elias has made me a fan because at first I did not like Elias a long time ago, but I'm actually a big fan of Elias now. He lit. Give him a title or something. So after that, let's see. Elias came out. He performed. He told Cena, sit your ass down. Cena did. And then he saw him. Then Cena said, nah, I'm supposed to be a fan, but I'm a wrestler, but I'm supposed to be a fan. But no, I'm just going to jump the barricade, even though I'm supposed to be a fan. So when I go to Money in the Bank, I'm going to jump the barricade and climb the ladder and win the Money in the Bank championship, the Money in the Bank ladder match, and win the briefcase. I'm going to be WWE champion. Apparently, that's the logic. That's the logic WWE goes for. If you're a fan, you could jump the barricade and win a match. Because he took out Elias, hit him with the AA, boom. And after that, he stood in the ring. Undertaker finally came out. He buried Cena. Like, Cena got one move in just for Undertaker to do his get up thing and then won. I wasn't even excited, honestly. The only thing that was good was that Elias may have gotten sacrificed, but at least we finally get to see John Cena, you know, get this work. This match sucked. This was supposed to be the dream match. This match, first of all, is 10 years too late. If they were going to have it, the latest they should have had it was WrestleMania 29. That was the latest they should have had it. Yeah, it was. WrestleMania 29 was like the last time. It was like the very latest you can actually have this match, and it didn't happen. It should have happened. Like I said, 10 years too late. WrestleMania. What was the WrestleMania day? It was WrestleMania 24. That Undertaker was actually in good ring shape. 2009. That's when he had his 9 and 10. I don't know about that. That's when he had his two classics with Shawn Michaels. Anyways, the match sucked. Taker buried Cena. It was a match all of a sudden. It became a match. I don't know how. I don't know how that can happen. I don't even want to put my brain through that. So that happened. So then after that, we got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, the tag team match. We got the Daniel Bryan return. And this was kind of underwhelming because the match was alright, I guess. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn attacked both Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. They even gave Daniel Bryan a Terminator entrance, talking about the Yes Movement. They had like it was like the Terminator or whatever. The Yes Movement, the Yes Movement. They was playing all kind of yes stuff. Then Daniel Bryan came out and had his entrance. They attacked Shane McMahon and what's that man's name? Daniel Bryan took out Daniel Bryan with an apron powerbomb. Daniel Bryan was like dead for the majority of the match. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn had took control a lot. And Shane McMahon had eventually, did his thing, hit a coast to coast. It was alright. Kevin Owens had eventually hit a frog splash. Bryan eventually broke up the tag, got a hot tag, went nuts. Then, let's see. Sami Zayn hit a haluva kick for a near fall. Kevin Owens had hit a pop-up powerbomb with Daniel Bryan for a near fall. Then Kevin Owens had took out Shane with a dive, I believe, or something like that. And then Daniel Bryan went into American Dragon Mode for a quick second with uppercuts, punches, slaps, all kind of crazy stuff. Even the kicks were brutal. You can hear the leg slap the chest, and even connected the leg to the head with the head kick. And then he hit the running knee. I don't even know what you would call it. What did they call it? I guess they just called it a running knee. He never had a name for it. I could have sworn it was something else. I thought it was called the knee plus, but apparently not. It was a running knee, and then he hit the yes lock, and Sami Zayn tapped out. So I thought KO and Sami Zayn were going to win to get their jobs back because that was the stipulation of this match. Honestly, you had Daniel Bryan have this comeback just for this match, like this. Just I would have left WWE if I was Daniel Bryan. Hell no, bro. This shit trash, bro. That was trash. Oh, God. Then we had this match. We had Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. The build-up, trash. A 7-year-old must have wrote this build-up. I'll tell you it very quickly. Nia Jax supposed to be a big monster. Her best friend is Alexa Bliss. This video backstage of Alexa Bliss and Mickie James basically making fun of Nia Jax for being big. And Nia Jax cries about it. Wham, throws stuff around. She's trying to get Alexa Bliss, and then that's how the match happened. Not even gonna lie, I didn't watch the whole match. I just watched the ending, and when I saw the ending, I wasn't impressed. The only thing I was happy is that they finally used their damn heads and gave Nia the championship. Went to go do laundry and piss break because I thought we was getting rid of piss break matches when it came to women matches, but I guess they continued it. But yeah, so Nia Jax had hit a super Samoan drop off the top rope and won the match. Killed Alexa Bliss. She won the title. Nia Jax is the champion. It finally took WWE this long for them to finally give her the title because every time they would set her up to win the title, she would lose like a number one contendership match or just do nothing. Like that time she won the gauntlet match and she was the first one to enter and eliminated every single women's wrestler just for her to lose the match. Like, come on, dog. Come on. So yeah, Nia Jax is the new Raw Women's Champion. I didn't care about this match. I didn't care about the Fatal 4-Way match. There's a lot of matches. Those are the two matches I didn't care for. Undertaker and Cena, I really didn't care for it. And then we had this. I would say it's a letdown, but it was kind of funny at the same time. We had The Bar. They came out with like they had like a New Orleans celebration as they had like people dressed up as like Mardi Gras people and other New Orleans stuff. Had a band playing when the Saints come marching in. It was Sheamus and Cesaro on it. They had their regular entrance, came out, champions, nice clean attires. So then after that, Braun Strowman came out, right? And the whole thing behind this match is that he's supposed to, the whole thing about his match is that he's supposed to have his tag team partner. And there's the whole speculation is who's going to be his partner. Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe, Elias, Cash is on off. I've seen a lot. And then WWE swerved us and had Braun Strowman pick a random person in the audience. He picked a child named Nicholas. Nicholas is a WWE Tag Team Champion. Yeah, because Braun Strowman won the match. The match was nothing, by the way. The match was trash. The funny part was seeing a kid literally win the Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania. Some random kid in the crowd. He had to be a Make-A-Wish kid. I'm an asshole. He had to be a Make-A-Wish kid in order for them to pick him because he looked lost as fuck. He looked like he didn't know what was going on. He didn't know what was going on. Oh shit. I completely missed the AJ Styles match. But you know what? This match should have been after that, but I forgot about this match. I forgot to mention it. I'm sorry. I'm probably going to edit my AJ Styles part out of it. So we had Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. This match was good, but not great. Shinsuke Nakamura had an epic entrance. He had somebody on a guitar completely do his theme song. He had people on drums. He had people on violins. It was epic. Shinsuke had an epic entrance. The crowd singing his theme song. They still didn't do the yow part when they were supposed to, but that's okay. The AJ Styles had his entrance. They finally gave him the power when he lifted his hood up. And man, this match was good, but I felt like it got screwed over because of time. By the time this match happened, it was like the end of like it was either the beginning of the final hour or the end of the second to last hour. So this match didn't have enough time, but they did the best they could. Shinsuke Nakamura did his thing. AJ Styles had a very scary neck breaker thing. I don't know if it was a botch or not, but it looked very brutal and it was clean. AJ had a phenomenal forearm for a near fall. Shinsuke hit a brutal Kinshasa to the back of the head, and then he was gonna set up for another Kinshasa, and then AJ Styles somehow, some way, was able to reverse into a Styles Clash and won the match. I thought Shinsuke was going to win, give him his moment at WrestleMania. He's going to be the first Japanese WWE champion, all that kind of stuff, right? Then after that, we got a swerve, another Russo swerve. That a lot of that has happened for this WrestleMania. We've gotten a lot of Russo swerves. But anyways, Shinsuke Nakamura got on one knee. They hugged it out, raised a hand, all that kind of stuff. He grabbed the WWE Championship, handed it to AJ, but Shinsuke was still on one knee, and I was like, oh no, he's not going to do it. He ain't about to do it. Uppercuts AJ in the balls. Shinsuke Nakamura turns heel. He starts going into King of Strong Style mode. If you've watched Nakamura in New Japan, you going to see this was Nakamura. This is the Chaos Nakamura. And this was Nakamura when he was a face. So I've never seen Nakamura as a heel. When I started watching New Japan, Nakamura was a face. He was fighting Bad Luck Fale, Roger Strong, all kind of stuff like that. But I remember when other matches, the Kota Ibushi match, he in New Japan, he was aggressive as hell. And WWE watered that down. It's like they took all of Nakamura, they kept one thing, which was the running knee and a few kicks, and just dumped nothing but WWE-ized water and just made him trash. So as a face, nah, but as a heel, yes, he started going crazy on AJ, kicking him in the head, CTE kicks, all kind of crazy stuff, and then even hit a Kinshasa on AJ, and I think his head was pinned against the LED board. And Shinsuke Nakamura is officially heel. This is an interesting Shinsuke, as you can finally get to see a more aggressive Shinsuke. The Shinsuke I fell in love with, no homo, but the Shinsuke that we need in WWE, the real Shinsuke. So this was a brilliant idea for WWE. Hopefully this will, like I said, allow Shinsuke to be more aggressive, turn into the King of Strong Style, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's interesting. And this is not the end of AJ versus Shinsuke. I feel like their next match will really tear it up because they'll have more time. I just felt like they got screwed over because of time, so they weren't able to perform the best match they could. But the match wasn't terrible. The match was actually good. It just wasn't great. So then we had to. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about this match because I'm ready to explain the story behind this match and why this match was supposed to matter and it didn't. Which we have Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship, and this match is the main event of WrestleMania. And let me tell you something. Both men got booed. The crowd didn't even care about this match. They chanted boring during this match. You want to know why? Because WWE can't even execute their own written stories. The story of this match was that since Brock Lesnar won the Universal Championship, he wins all of his championship matches with one F5. When he beat Joe, it was one F5. When he beat Braun, it was one F5. When he beat Braun and Kane at Royal Rumble, it was one F5. His whole thing is that he's supposed to win all the matches with one F5, right? Then at the Mania main event against Roman, this is supposed to be Roman's big crowning achievement moment. And Roman Reigns kicks out of like 5 F5s in a row. What? What storytelling is that? We just had a night of stories being told last night at NXT TakeOver. And then this. He hit an F5, he kicked out of it. It wasn't even a big deal because he hit another F5 and he kicked out of it, right? He had 3 F5s. Then he F5'd Roman to the outside. Roman got his stuff in a little bit, and I put this in the wrestling group chat. I mean, I said only 4 moves going to be performed tonight. F5, German suplex, Superman punch, and the spear. Roman Reigns got destroyed in this match, and then he got up and started spearing Brock. Bunch of spears, Superman punch, all that kind of crap. And then Brock Lesnar hits like his 16th million F5 and won the damn match. WWE swerved all of us because he had Dana White say Brock Lesnar was going to UFC. He said, oh, I didn't. This is when I knew it was kind of a swerve when Dana White, motherfucker, you knew. Dana White had said, Oh, I didn't even know Brock Lesnar was going to have a match at WrestleMania. Oh, I didn't know. I was just here to support Ronda. That's when I kind of knew Brock Lesnar was staying, is when he said that. Oh, I didn't know he got a match. You knew he was going to have a match at WrestleMania. He's Brock Lesnar. He's going to have some kind of match. Talking about you didn't know he was going to be at WrestleMania. What? Stop. So they swerved me because I really thought, because when I watched the thing, Vince has said that this is supposed to be his crowning achievement moment. This is what he's been building up to, right? He's supposed to be building up to this. This is supposed to be Roman's big moment, and then they just had Brock Lesnar win the title. So Brock Lesnar's like title reign is still going on. Like, he wasn't supposed to win. Roman was supposed to win, and I guess they're trying to make us feel sorry for Roman. That's how they're gonna get him over, because he got booed tonight. I guess the whole thing was that they were gonna use Roman act like his promos were shoot style and real to expose Brock Lesnar, and that was supposed to be his big thing to get him over. It didn't. He got booed. Brock Lesnar got booed. They both got booed. This main event match got a "this is boring" chant. Your main event of WrestleMania should not get that. Not with the talent that they have. This match, I would take the WrestleMania 31 match, and that match wasn't even all that, because it was almost the same match. This doesn't make any goddamn sense. The story was that he's supposed to kick out of the F5. It's supposed to be a big moment. Then he gets like 5 more F5s and wins and still loses. What are you doing, WWE? What are you trying to tell me? This was supposed to be the time Roman is supposed to get over it, no matter what. And then you back down on it again, which means you're probably going to try to do this at WrestleMania 35 in New York. And when I tell you New York is going to love Roman Reigns, I don't mean that, because they're not going to fuck with Roman Reigns. I'm sorry, Vince. This Roman project is not working. Roman has had good matches, but I don't think the people are never going to accept Roman Reigns. No matter what you do, they're not going to accept Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns should have won, because no matter what, you still give Roman Reigns his crowning achievement moment. So what, the fans don't like it? Oh well, they're going to feel that way. They boo people that should be cheered, and they cheer people who should be booed. Just give Roman his damn moment. Like, Jesus, because now we got to wait till next year, and you're probably going to have Roman in the main event again. Now, what's next for the Universal Championship? Who's going to go after Brock? After this, I don't even know what the story is, because the story was that he was going to win every match with the F5, and then Roman was going to win. He was going to kick out of the F5. It was going to be a big moment. No, they said, fuck all that. We just going to do stupid shit. I don't even know what's next. I don't even know when the next time I'm going to see the Universal Championship. Probably at SummerSlam, to be honest with you. God damn, oh, God. Why? This is WrestleMania. This is your big show. Why can't you execute your story? This is your story. You wrote this. You can't even execute it correctly. Like, what? I'm more mad about the match not making sense. I don't care that Brock or Roman won, because I really didn't care who won the match anyways. I'm more mad they didn't execute the damn story. I'm sorry, I had to go on a little rant, but that's it for me. I'm done. This video is going on way too damn long. Just like WrestleMania went on too long. Anyway, guys, like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Do what you do to support me. Follow me on all my social media sites down in the description below. Make sure you watch my Far Cry 5 walkthrough. I got more stuff coming for you. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.